Okay, so I want to go over one more. Let me turn this upside down. One more problem from your homework with you. So we did the Samuel fell asleep problem. That was from like several homeworks back. And then we did the pizza problem. That was from homework 6. Here's one from homework 7 that somebody was asking about on the discussion board. Actually, they were asking about both 14 and 15, and I think the individual who posted the question was able to solve both of these problems, but they couldn't come up with more than one way to do it. Which you know isn't a huge deal, but I wanted to go over 15 because I think this is a pretty interesting problem that sort of demonstrates a couple of things that I want to show you. So number 15 says a land developer wants to develop 10 acres of land. Each lot in the development is to be 2/9 of an acre. How many lots will the land developer have in the 10 acres? So there are 10 acres, and each lot is 2/9 of an acre, and the question is how many lots? So here's one solution. So one way to solve this problem is to start off by solving an easier problem. At first glance, it's like, what do I do with the 2/9 and the 10? It just the fraction here kind of freaks us out. But if you can replace it with a whole number, then that'll give you some sense for how you should go about solving the problem. So let's pretend that instead of 2/9 of an acre, it was just 2 acres, right? So let's say each lot is going to be 2 acres large. So if you have 10 acres and each lot is 2 acres, then how many lots are there going to be? Well, clearly there are going to be 5 lots, right? So solution 1, solve an easier problem first. Right? Let's say 10 acres, each lot is 2 acres. So then how would you solve that? Well, you would say 10 acres divided by 2 acres per lot is 5 lots. Right? So clearly you would just do a division problem. Or if each lot was to be 5 acres, then you would do 10 divided by 5 is you'd only get 2 lots out of your 10 acres, right? Because each lot would need to be 5 acres. Or if each lot was 1 acre, well then 10 divided by 1 is 10, right? So you would get 10 lots. So you're doing division each time. So now when we change this to 2/9, then this gets changed to 2/9. And so our answer becomes 10 times 9 over 2. I can think of that like 10 over 1, I suppose. And get 45. Right, so 45 lots. This would be a very bad way to show this on a test, by the way. I would probably want you to leave the original problem. So maybe let me write this out separately. Like leave the original problem and then say, okay, so I'm going to divide right? So I'm going to divide when I do the more challenging problem with the fractions, right? I'm going to say 10 divided by 2/9, right? And then, you know, you get the 45. 45 lots. Okay. Anyway, so that's one way to do it. It's kind of solve an easier problem first. Maybe you didn't even need to solve this easier problem. Maybe you were able to just jump straight here and see that you were supposed to do division, which is great. You know, that's fine. That could be one of your solutions. Here's another solution. So solution 2, you could draw a picture. So there are 10 acres, and each lot is going to be 2/9 of an acre. So let's say that we've got so if we're just looking at 1 acre, so let's say that this square represents 1 acre, and then a lot is going to be 2/9 of that acre. So if I split the acre into 9 parts, ooh, this is going to be tricky. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I'm kind of cheating, I guess. How many parts do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, 9. Okay, there. So we'll pretend that this is 1 acre. 1 acre. And so 1 lot is going to be 2/9 of an acre. So there's 1 lot. Maybe I'll circle it in a different color. So here's 1 lot. And here's another lot. And so forth. So I get 4 lots out of 1 acre plus half of a lot left over. Now you could kind of play around with that and say, okay, well, so then I'm just going to multiply that scenario by 10 since I have 10 acres to work with. So 4 times 10 is 40, and then half times 10 is 5. So in total, 45 lots. So that's one way that you could do it. You could say, you could just stop here and you could say, all right, so for 1 acre, or maybe I'll say in 1 acre, we get 4.5 lots, right? So in 10 acres, we get 4.5 times 10 equals 45 lots, right? So that's another way that you could do it. I guess a third solution would be to start the same way, draw the picture, but then just actually draw out all 10 acres, which some people I think have done. I've kind of looked forward and looked at, some of you have already turned in your homework, and so I looked at a couple of your solutions, and I saw at least one person do this, where they actually drew out all 10 acres. Anyway, I'm not going to finish it, but you could draw out all 10 acres, and then you could circle the lots, right? So you've got 1, 2, 3, 4. There's another lot, and another lot, and another lot, and another lot, and then you can say that these 2 lots down here, or these 2/9 is going to represent like just kind of a long skinny lot. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, right? So then you can kind of tell that, you know, for every 2 acres you're going to get 9 lots, right? And then you could say, well, how many groups of 2 acres are you going to have? Well, there are 10 acres in total, so 5 groups of 2, right? So 5 times 9 is 45. That's another way to do it. But again, right, you could just finish drawing the picture. We'll call this 10, 11, 12, and so forth, 13. And then you have to draw another one to get, 14 down here, and, whatever. But yeah, so you could draw it out and then split up the lots kind of manually like that to see that you get 45 lots. So I think I've given you at least 2 ways to think about it. Actually, I think I've given you like 3 or 4 ways to kind of think about it. Although the last 3 different solutions all kind of relied on us drawing a picture, at least part of the picture. But that's the idea there. All right. So so that's that. Oh, one more thing I want to say. Now, I'm not going to show you the solution to the Pulleys Corner problem about the marriages in the village. I'm not going to solve that one for you in today's module. But on Thursday we're going to have a Zoom meeting to prepare for your test, and that might be a good problem for us to talk about during the Zoom meeting on Thursday. So I might get around to that one, and then we can kind of interact together a little bit and see what everyone did for that problem and see what your answers are. But I think that's all I'm going to do for homework problems for this module.